This week in Jamaica Now, GSAT smiles. Jubilation at several schools following improved performance this year. We'll meet 5 of the perfect scorers in the primary school exams. Public sector wage talks heat up. Government insists it can offer no more than a 7% increase.
We simply cannot afford it.
November court hearing into industrial action taken by the police. West Kingston on the radar again. Dudus' longtime girlfriend and brother among 34 people called in for questioning. And could Jamaicans living overseas get the right to vote? The details of these and other stories coming up after the break.
News breaking in your area? Share your photos, your videos, your stories through the Gleaner's My Report.
Have a burning issue the authorities should know? Post it at the Gleaner's My Report.
It's easy. Just log on to jamaica-gleaner.com/myreport. Sign up and send today.
Your news.
Your views.
Your report.
Online.
The Gleaner's My Report.
See it.
Snap it.
Share it.
I'm Carleen Brown and this is Jamaica Now. It was high jubilation in St. Andrew, Manchester and St. Anne this week at the schools of 5 students who received perfect scores in the Grade 6 Achievement Test. Tariq Wright from the Holy Childhood Prep in St. Andrew, Kayla Wright from the United Learning Center in St. Anne, and Brianna Barnaby from the Mandeville Primary and Junior High all aced the exam this year. They were joined in this feat by Vaz Prep's Hannah Farr and Grovetown Primary's Akelia Haffenden.
I always wanted to go to Manchester High. It was the past school of my sister and I wanted to emulate her.
She's very focused. Whatever you give her to do, she will do it. She does her homework, she studies a lot, and I know she has put in a lot of work into it.
More than 37,000 students sat the GSAT this year, and the Education Minister said there were improvements in all areas except math, which recorded a 4 percentage point decline. And you can get more stories, photos, and videos of the GSAT moments at the Gleaner's My Report page. That's JamaicaGleaner.com/myreport. Classes are expected to resume on Monday at the Meldon High School following a fiery protest at the St. James-based institution. Angry residents threw stones into the classrooms and set fire to a bus belonging to security personnel at the school to register their displeasure at the stabbing death of 15-year-old student Romaro Salmon. The residents, who were reportedly from the boys' community, were angry because classes were not suspended in light of Romaro's death. The incident was condemned by the Ministry of Education. The West Kingston police are getting increasingly worried about incidents of violence in the division, said to be linked to a break-in at a business owned by a relative of extradited crime lord Christopher Dudus Coke. There have been several shootings since the break-in 2 weeks ago. Earlier this week, Dudus' longtime girlfriend, Deborah Golding, popularly called Foxy Brown, his brother Leighton Liberty Coke, and 2 other relatives were among 34 persons of interest summoned by the police. The majority of those named, including Coke's relatives, surrendered a day later and were questioned and released. However, the police say they will be laying murder charges against at least 2 of the men who turned themselves in. They remain in police custody.
We have grid down the place and we have continuous policing, continuous foot patrol. We get assistance from the army, CTAC, narcotics, most of the division, mobile reserve playing a tremendous role along with the West Kingston police.
The Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions, JCTU, says it will continue to press for an increased wage offer, despite the government's insistence that it cannot pay public sector workers more than a 7% increase. Helene Davis-White, the vice president of the JCTU, which represents more than 40,000 public sector workers, says her members have already rejected the 7% proposal and have mandated the union to press the government for more. Her comments came a day after the Finance Minister, Dr. Peter Phillips, told the country he could not pay more.
We simply cannot afford it. Let me emphasize, the reform of the economy and the improvement in the quality of life of every Jamaican is inextricably linked to the reduction of our debt and the public sector wage bill. We will have to continue to live within our means.
Meanwhile, the Supreme Court is to hear in November the application brought by the government against the Jamaica Police Federation, whose members took industrial action to press for an improved wage offer. The Attorney General is seeking a declaration that the industrial action taken by rank-and-file members of the police force is in breach of their oath and duty under the Constabulary Force Act. The AG is also seeking a declaration that Section 59 of the Act prohibits members of the force from taking industrial action. On June 2, government lawyers obtained an injunction blocking rank-and-file members of the police force from taking industrial action to press for increased wages. More than 3,000 cops called in sick over 3 days this month in defiance of the court order. Jamaicans living overseas may get the right to vote. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Senator A.J. Nicholson says the government is giving serious consideration to the move. Speaking this week at the 6th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference in St. James, Senator Nicholson said the issue will be discussed at length so that the best arrangement can be put in place. He said the matter has been included in the draft National Diaspora Policy aimed at enhancing Jamaica's social and economic development. And overseas, Dylan Roof, a white male, has been charged with 9 counts of murder and possession of a firearm during the commission of a violent crime. The youngster reportedly confessed to authorities to shooting and killing 9 people last week at a historically black Charleston, South Carolina church. One official said Roof told investigators that he wanted to start a race war. Roof had bought the .45 caliber handgun used in the shooting. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune in to Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Carleen Brown, and as we go, more from the Gleaner's My Report page on GSAT reactions across the island.